They're getting ready to go back to green with Gant in the lead. Let's go to the pits quickly, and Ned Jarrett.
We're standing by with Travis Carter. Travis, he's running awfully hard out there. Are you concerned about that?
No, not really. I think he can probably run a little harder if he has to, but we feel the best place to be is out front. Of course, we need to lead all the laps that we can.
Trouble in turn one. Dick Brooks got tipped sideways, and 6 cars are in it in front of Eli Gold.
More than 6 now. Neil Bonnet tagged Dick Brooks' automobile. Bobby Allison is in it. Bobby Hillen, Jerry Bowman. So too the Joe Ruttman car. Left rear damage to Tim Richmond. Limping along, we told you of Jeff Bodine, Dick May, Buddy Baker, Neil Bonnet. They all found themselves sandwiched up against the outside retaining wall. It looked as though Dick Brooks, who was on the outside of that restart, might have gotten a bit of a tag from Neil Bonnet, who in turn got tagged himself from the rear. So it was a chain reaction of 3 cars. They began shooting in all sorts of directions, and as well you can imagine with those names, they were very close to the front of the pack, and there came the rest of the world behind them, spinning in every which direction. There's a lot of damage.
It appears that Tim Richmond will suffer the worst damage. Quite a bit of front end and sheet metal damage to his car. A lot of smoke out of it as he limps around the racetrack. He's back in front of Eli Gold, but he'll make it to the pit road.
He'll make it around, but 2 cars remain stopped down here, and there are 2 guys who had big plans for this day, Neil Bonnet and Jeff Bodine. Both of those cars have suffered goodly damage. Bonnet's car is pointed away from us, though we can see that the left front of that car is nowhere near what the shape should be, and Jeff Bodine's car is pointed towards the inside retaining wall, and it is stopped coming off turn number 2. So there is a good bit of damage to both of those cars as well.
Here's Tim Richmond limping on pit road. Tim Brewer, the old Milwaukee crew, go to work on that. Dick Brooks was the first car to get sideways. They're repairing his car and giving him 4 tires.
Let's go back to Eli Gold quickly.
Well, cleanup is taking place right now. They're pulling Neil Bonnet's car away. They're checking on the Jeff Bodine car. Joe Ruttman has gone into the rear pits here along with Jerry Bowman. There's a good bit of damage, too, to Bobby Hillen's car, but he'll be able to continue.
Let's go to Ned Jarrett on pit road.
We're standing in the Tim Richmond pits, Barney. They came in, changed the right side tires, pulled some sheet metal away from the wheels. They're waiting for him to catch up to the field and come back in again. Harold Elliott out on pit road here right now trying to guide Richmond in. There's quite a bit of damage to the left front of that car. They're going to change the right side tires this time. They changed the left the last time around. They're picking more of the sheet metal away from the left front. But from our vantage point here, which is about 15 feet from the car, it looks like that the damage is cosmetic, just sheet metal. So they're going to tear away that left front fender completely, and they should be able to go on out and run.
Jerry Bowman's car comes past the Will Cronkite White Crown Engineering Special. That car has what would be about $3,000 worth of bodywork if you were to take it down to your local Ford dealer. Dick Brooks was the first car to get sideways in that melee in turn 1. Let's check in with him live in the Chameleon Ford. Dick, I'm glad you didn't have the microphone keyed when that all started to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I'll tell you, I think we tried about 4 abreast there, and nobody lifted. And I'll tell you, I've 15 years of practice on how to do a 180 or a 360, and I finally made one. Went all the way around without hitting anything. Sure sorry about those other boys. It just, I don't know, it's 4 hard-headed men, I guess, trying to make it in one hole at one time, and we didn't all make it.
What did you feel happened down there, Dick, to trigger the incident?
I don't know. Somebody hit somebody underneath me, because when they come up to me, they come up sideways, and they caught me in the rear. And I got sideways, and then I drove away, so I don't know. It all happened after that.
That's Dick Brooks, whose car was able to continue with only minor damage. Let's go back to Ned Jarrett. He's still down toward the Tim Richmond pit.
Well, they're still working on that sheet metal, Mike Joy, but again, it just appears to be bent sheet metal. They've torn away a portion of that left front fender, so he comes in, they do what they can to send him back out to try to keep from losing another lap. Meanwhile, they have pulled the Neil Bonnet Budweiser Chevrolet into the garage area here, and that car looks like it is going to be too much damage to it to continue.
Neil Bonnet told me yesterday why the turns are so critical here at this racetrack.
I can tell you what it's going to give. I've had a couple of bad wrecks getting in the corner here trying to get under somebody. The ideal thing here is to have a car that works real strong up off of the corner and get the nose of the car up beside them. And then if you can ever get the nose up beside them up off the corner, then you can, drag race them down the straightaway. But you got to have a car that's got a lot of horsepower jumping up off of that corner.
There were 15 cars on the lead lap of the North Carolina Motor Speedway, 3 of those in the garage area. Neil Bonnet, Jeff Bodine, and the car of Joe Ruttman. Rusty Wallace apparently had an involvement in that. They've knocked the front end out of line and made repeated pit stops for repairs. Let's go to Ned Jarrett in the garage. We'll check back with Ned in a moment as he makes his way over toward Neil Bonnet's car in the garage area.
Let me have it here right now. Neil is out of his car. Neil, it looks like it's too much damage to get back in. What do you think?
Well, it's messed up too bad. I'm fixing to go down and drive Bobby's car.
What happened down there?
Well, there's about 4 abreast on a restart.
Okay, he's going to get ready to go to relief drive for Bobby Allison.
There was speculation they'd been looking for a driver in case Allison needed it almost since they put him under green here this afternoon. As we told you, Allison was involved in a crash here yesterday in that Comfort Coach 200 for the late model sportsman division and was very, very sore here today. But despite the fact that he has to be very, very sore, he's done just a heck of a job in that car today.
He really has, Barney. And during the rain delay, he was walking around and he was carrying that right arm like it was in a sling and just kind of favoring that right side a little. But he's been quite a competitor out there, like the tough old bird that everybody in that garage area knows he is.
Ned Jarrett is making his way over to Jeff Bodine to get a word with him and find out what happened.
Barney, we're here now. Jeff is still sitting in the Northwestern Security car after he won the race yesterday in Victory Lane. He said that he hoped that he had not used all of his luck up, but Jeff, it looks like you'd used a lot of it up or something here today because your luck wasn't with you.
Well, I don't know if you call it luck, Ned. It just, a couple of guys out there did some foolish things at this point in the race, and I was a victim of circumstances. I was just right behind them, and it's really a shame when you got guys that do that, but I guess you can call that racing luck.
Are they going to try to make repairs and get you back in?
Well, yeah, we're going to try to get back out and run as many laps as we can. You know, the point race, you need all the points you can get, so it just tore the body up mainly on the car. They're going to check it out and try to get back out there.
Okay, very disgusted Jeff Bodine here. His car was running so well today, was looking for a clean sweep here this weekend.